All right.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, folks? Uh, so this is Politicality, but this isn't Thursday. You might have noticed. There's been some developments that kind of it seemed necessary to go ahead and do this, and
Hmm.
to go ahead and because there's going to be more, and we cover so much on Thursdays that we run out of time. I mean, we have stuff that gets left
Hmm.
off a lot of times because just trying to keep up with things, which is why we're adding Sunday. But um, this was kind of a time sensitive thing going on here, and these Epstein files are
Holy shit!
yeah are crazy, and
I
yeah, go ahead.
like. I knew it was gonna be bad, and holy god, it's so much worse than I thought. So much worse.
Yeah. No, I don't think people were counting on the torture and murder and intelligence to ties to several different regimes, and the
Hmm.
bestiality was one I didn't expect, and uh,
Yeah, that one kind of threw me off too. I was like, wait, what?
yeah, yeah. So now listen, guys, because this is kind of out of step here and things. I don't I haven't brought any material to show you these things. I can tell you where they're at in several places. Uh Lil's boss Kyle Kalinske did
Hmm.
an amazing stream about this, about an
Yeah,
hour
it
long.
was. Yeah, it was. It
If
was
you
like an hour long. It was
eh,
crazy.
yeah, over on Secular Talk, if you go and start that stream, you won't leave. You'll watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just crazy stuff after crazy stuff, just nonstop,
Hmm.
and all with receipts. Not like every bit of this is in black and white.
Yeah.
We have people that we knew were involved. Trump, of course, and Prince Andrew, but to the extent like that, they're threatening to murder these
Hmm.
Russian girls and their families, and the ties to intelligence, torture. It
Yeah.
goes a little bit of everywhere. Like the and it seems like what's going on here to me, and I'm not the only one with this opinion, but it's like Jeffrey Epstein and his that this is all tied into the elites and the billionaires of the world, and it seems
Hmm.
like MAGA was created by this, and
Yeah.
um, I mean that may speak to some of why it's so insane. I mean, and Jeffrey Epstein's like aspirations as far as the Goya and all that stuff, like um I mean this movement kind of furthers that in a way, like
Hmm.
let them all kill each other, and
I, yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to the a whole. Well, if we're doing it, the other side must be doing it. So, you know, blame them for everything we're doing, and it's just like, holy crap, dude.
yeah, the so Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are definitely responsible for what
Hmm.
became QAnon, and what became MAGA. I mean, at least
Yeah.
not not in totality. I don't guess, like it's not everything, but the foundation's there. And I don't think you have to really make a big stretch to say that when you look at like just how
Yeah.
it ties into everything. Jeffrey Epstein was clearly working for the United States intelligence community. Like he was an asset for the CIA. He was definitely working with Mossad. He was definitely working with the KGB. Um, and it's not like he was double agents
Mhm.
places. He was, they were working together.
It- yeah, it's just like good. Yeah, like he had his little fingers everywhere into
Yeah.
everything. Like, holy crap, dude. I mean, like, there's multiple governments that are dealing with a bit of an upheaval because um, since these files were released and some of their officials' names were in it, and they're like, you need to step down, like, right the hell now. um,
Yeah. Yeah. The,
someone in Norway was on there. Um, there were a couple people in Britain. There's been just like multiple
yeah,
people.
the guy in
Yeah.
Norway with ties to the royal family there
Mhm.
and in the UK. The it's and who his thing is he's in a lot of trouble, but he was like raised and groomed and by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine
Mhm.
in a way, and has been greatly influenced by them, and
Yeah.
um, yeah, we're not sending people over to Proverbs guys from here, Robin. Jesus Christ. um,
We just got
the
started.
uh, stay here. Don't go watch that. um, the I really don't know where to start. So, okay, first of all, these files being released, the thing that they've argued, because these were supposed to be released
Mhm.
back in December, and they just at that deadline they pretty much did absolutely nothing,
Mhm.
and they even before that, though, the whole year leading up to that,
Oh yeah.
they had charged all these overtime hours and said they had all these people working. I'm just giving you a hard time, Robin. I'm not mad at you. And they were giving everybody, you know, all this crap about, well, they've
Mhm.
spent almost, they've spent all these billions of dollars and everything. They've had all these people working overtime looking at this stuff, or it was like $800 million, I think.
Mhm.
And the reason they said they were doing that was make sure they protected the victims. Now everybody knew that was bullshit, right? Like
Mhm.
we knew the whole time they're trying to cover for Trump, and this has been a cover up all along. But now even what they did release, they're like, oh well, we've had to go through and do all these redactions and things and to
Mhm.
protect the victims. Well, they gave the victims names, identifying information, pictures of their faces and everything
Mhm.
in these files, but they did redact Donald Trump's face. Um,
Yeah, I was like,
very,
what the hell, dude? Like, we can't tell that's him. Holy shit.
yeah. I mean, it looks like they've had some kind of AI going through and like identifying him and removing things that are pertinent to him. If this is what they released, because um, if this is what they released
Mhm.
and how they've done it, it's clear that what they still have needs to be released.
Oh yeah.
And the American people should, first of all, for the people that are mentioned, and we're going to talk about those people, um, nothing less than these people go to prison.
Oh yeah.
And for the ones that are employed anywhere or in government,
Mhm.
um, immediately they should be removed.
Yeah.
Immediately. Um,
Yeah.
and people should not settle for anything else. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's reaction to this, and Donald Trump is he has a lot of other people like that work on his ideas for him. Like they may be his ideas, but they
I'm not even
make
sure
it
that's
where
true.
people can. Well, maybe not, but they make it to where people can somewhat understand what the fuck he's talking about because he talks in, we already did all that.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to federalize elections across the United States, and as we
Yeah.
know, he's been sending his goons to try and well, not to try, but to confiscate voter rolls and things.
Yeah.
Down in Georgia, those voter rolls, the voter information they went and took, we have no idea of knowing what they do to it now, and
No.
certainly they're going to say that there was some big fraud or whatever with it. Uh, Trump's going to say he won the state of Georgia, and he'll
Mm-hmm.
probably try to say that he deserves to stay for another term without even having an
That
election.
and then he it was either earlier today or yesterday that he came out right and said like no Republicans need to take over voting in 15 states blah blah blah. Basically he's trying to nationalize our elections, and for anybody who doesn't know, states are in charge of their own elections other than like some bare minimum federal requirements like you have to be 18, you have to be a US citizen, and you can't discriminate based on this, this, and this. Other than that, states can do whatever they want. And that's the way how it's essentially been uh, since the country was founded. So it like you can't nationalize those without him just taking them over.
Well,
So
right, and the Republicans have over the last couple of years been on record saying that they only people who own homes should be able to vote, and
have children.
yeah, yeah, and women shouldn't be able to vote, and
Yeah, because
just
they
all
know we
kinds
vote their
of
asses out.
yeah, yeah, all kinds of just reasons, like crazy fucking reasons to try and steal an election, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're trying to do here, obviously. And even if elections were held and that they did it the way that the current model that we use, it helps if my light stays on while I do this. Not quite that bright though. Uh,
It happens.
yeah, what the hell? My light just went off. Just um, and then when I turned it back on, blinded the hell out of me. So um, who knows if they would honor any of it anyway. I mean,
Mm.
they kind of obviously that they've been doing what they want for a long time. Um, and one of the other things, the Trump administration itself, um, we tried to save MAGA from themselves
Mm.
and really couldn't do that. And what's happened with the result is now that like everybody in Trump's inner circle is in the Epstein files.
Yeah,
And
and I mean, why? And the thing about that is, I do not understand why people are fucking surprised about that, and why people are fucking surprised that people like fucking Ludnick, who said, "Oh no, I never had anything to do with him after the first time I met him." Bitch, 7 years after that, you're talking about going to his island. So shut the fuck up with it. Like we know they all fucking lied about it. Like
yeah,
not mischaracterized something, not misspoke. I mean, flat out lied.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Elon Musk and Howard Lutnick
Oh my god.
lied so much about all this. I mean, Elon
Mhm.
Musk was begging to come to the wildest parties, he said, and I think we know what he means.
That cracked me up though. That he is sitting there, he's like, "Oh no, I never went to the island." Blah blah. The reason he never went to the island is because he never got invited, and he's like begging for an invitation. And Epstein's like, "Ew, no."
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's the one part of all this that's made me laugh. I was just like, "Oh my god, how big of a creep do you have to be that Jeffrey Epstein says no?"
yeah.
Like,
He
holy crap.
completely like he had told him that he could come, and apparently he had already been there by that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. We're on a different day, guys. The this was
This is
some
a
stuff
special
that
episode.
needed to be talked about now because it's going to get worse. And
Mm-hmm.
so I said, let's go ahead and go on at 3 today and talk about this because there's a lot
Mm-hmm.
here, and we have other things to talk about too for Thursday, and then we're going to be on Sunday too, and there's still going to be plenty to talk about. So we went ahead and got out ahead of this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're on today. We'll still be on Thursday. This is this is an extra thing. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so Elon Musk is interesting because well, at one point he says, thank you, it was a good time and all that. So he's been there, but
Mm-hmm.
also he kept trying to say he wanted to go to these crazy parties and stuff, and Epstein was like, okay. And then whenever it got close to time, he was like, oh, shucks, I'm not going to be in town. So I'll get with you some other time.
Yeah.
Which I imagine Elon Musk weirds everybody the fuck out, like
Yeah.
uh, you know, but how they just openly talked about torturing people
Yeah.
and how they could have people murdered and uh, talking about like making pedophile jokes about
Yeah.
multiple pedophiles or pedophilies or whatever the hell it was. Like, and by the way, this video is going to be demonetized for sure.
Oh yeah.
They got us last Thursday too. They demonetized that too. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of that coming up. So whatever. But um,
Mm-hmm.
the so Elon Musk completely lied, and for years after Jeffrey Epstein was
Mm-hmm.
convicted, has been begging to go to all the wildest crazy parties on Epstein Island. And Howard Lutnick did an interview in 2008 or 2005. Um,
5, I think.
yeah, does an interview where he talks about he visits, and you guys have probably seen this, but we'll talk about it anyway. And by the way, if anybody wants to join us and talk about this, you can just I'll
Mm-hmm.
drop a link. But yeah, we still accept super chats and stuff. It just turns off monetization for ads and
Mm-hmm.
such. But so Howard Lutnick himself says that he lives 6 to 8 steps from Jeffrey Epstein, and him and his wife visit the house.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeffrey Epstein has a massage table set up in what would be a dining room area, and um, he he says, "What, you get massages in the middle of the day?" And he says, "Yes, every day." And he leans in close to his face and says, "And the best kind of massages." And Howard Lutnick says that this is him and his wife leave immediately, and this is gross. And from then on, he was never in a room with Jeffrey Epstein, which is a weird way to put it anyway. But like,
Yeah.
says he's disgusting and gross and all that. Um, After Jeffrey Epstein is convicted, where he serves, when he gets the crazy good deal where he's like
Mm-hmm.
in jail a few hours a day and not on
Yeah.
weekends and all that. And like, um, Howard Lutnick is emailing Jeffrey Epstein, or their people are emailing each other. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, both are true, but um, and talking about how he's visiting the island, he's out on his boat, and what exactly is your location, and then afterwards saying, hey, thanks to we had fun and all that, so obvious liar.
Yeah.
Bobby
I mean, they
Kennedy,
all.
yeah, Bobby Kennedy's in there.
Of
Ratner, the
course.
guy that produced Melania's films, in there. Melania's in there because
Mm-hmm.
she's an Epstein girl, it seems like.
Wouldn't surprise you.
I kind of
Yeah,
wonder if Melania is the one that the check was about, the fully depreciated woman.
I don't know. Maybe though.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not saying that's the case, but um,
Hmm.
what? So Epstein had ties to the KGB, and this is very much a honeypot operation, right? So
Hmm.
after, well, before and after the Soviet Union fell, they were essentially kidnapping these girls from these Russian territories,
Hmm.
or formerly Soviet Union territories. And they were doing this under the guise of modeling agencies. And, you know, at the same time, Trump starts a modeling agency and then has all these ties to these pageants and things. And I had said previously that I think the pageants are going to play a big role in this
Oh
because,
yeah.
yeah, these were the way that they did this, and they would get with their ties to intelligence and the regimes of these different various countries. Like, it's not just that they were intelligent assets for Mossad and these other places. They were
Hmm.
working with the governments on various things, and it kind of seemed like Jeffrey Epstein was calling some of the shots.
Yeah.
Um, and he was very protected in this, and the moment that something came out and said he was cooperating or may cooperate, there's pictures of what's supposed to be him dead that's not a dead person, um, which, not saying he's not dead, but those
Hmm.
pictures that they showed the public was not a dead person. um, and professionals that work in that field have said as much, and gave very concrete reasons of things that are not possible for that to be a dead body. So you know, like, again,
Yeah.
maybe they used some other picture to, and then like he really was dead, and they just didn't want to show that, which, okay, but those pictures were not of a dead person.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple takes from experts that person was not dead. The So then he turns up dead or gone or whatever. He's not here anymore. He the person, the entity Jeffrey Epstein. Oh God, we're sovereign citizens here. Is not a thing anymore. He's not around, whatever the case. So
Hmm.
there's that. And who the hell knows how that came about? Because once he says he's going to talk about anything, his ties to all these different intelligence things are
Yeah.
are insane. Like, I mean, it's just
Yeah. Yeah. Like
governments.
it's yeah. I mean it's you look through and it is so difficult to try and even figure out like all these people are connected through all this, but it's like there's such a giant like spider web of everybody in
Yeah,
here that's just like holy fuck, dude, like everybody was in on this, like fucking
yeah,
everybody Trump knew was in on this, everybody.
yeah. It seems kind of like, so Trump tried to distance himself from Jeffrey Epstein, and there was even these there was even these where they had worked on together statements that Trump could give, um,
Yeah.
to say that, to minimize his interaction. He says, "Oh, I lived in Palm Beach, and we were in the same place," but Mar-a-Lago is all in the files of a lot
Yeah.
of these events taking place there, and um,
Just just in this batch of files he was named over 5,000 times. in the files total, he's like named 38,000 times. Like
Yeah.
he's all the thing is the thing that he's trying to downplay, and the thing that they can't necessarily deny because it's kind of public knowledge at this point. They were best fucking friends for a decade.
Yeah.
Like what the hell, dude? So yeah, I mean, obviously he was, yeah, like obviously Trump is all up in this too.
Yeah.
It does
Now,
explain a lot, though.
and the story that so and I talked about this a little bit with Mark Reed last night, but there's this story. Well, it's not a story. It's a victim who had actually spoken out before, but
Hmm.
there's in the files where they have reported that them and a friend were, um, trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, and that they took him over to see Trump, and he pushed her head down to his exposed penis,
Hmm.
and she bit him, and he punched her and like pushed her down and whatever,
Yeah.
the and this was at Mar-a-Lago, and the thing is like they have washed these files to where um all
Hmm.
the all the direct because all of these victims have obviously talked to police and things and the feds and said this is what happened, but all of that's been removed.
Yeah.
There the direct allegations about the details of what happened have all been removed or redacted. I think they're
Hmm.
permanently gone. Honestly, I still hold the position that we'll
I,
never see
I
all
I
of
would.
this.
I don't know if they are or not. But like, there was plenty that they were supposed to redact and they didn't.
Oh
Too.
yeah, yeah, well, again, they had all this time, they spent all this money, and their argument is we wanted to make sure that we, and they say it like that they're doing some great deed.
Hmm.
We wanted to make sure that we protected the victims in this case because that's what's really important. But the only people they protected were the billionaires and the powerful, the powerful elites. Um,
Hmm.
the victims, their names and faces are on a bunch of stuff, and they said, "Oh well, if thing like this, we're going to mess up some, so let us know if we did." And it's like, well, you didn't mess up on taking all this stuff out. You made sure you got that, which is clearly
Yeah.
what they've been doing. Um,
I mean, like,
and then
it's one
here
of those
you,
things. Like, yeah, like the photo of Trump that they redacted, where it is obviously fucking him.
yeah.
How why did you even bother to try and redact that? It's
Well, that's why I
obviously
think they had like AI doing it. I think they
they
had probably some
might.
kind of software that was searching for mentions of Trump, pictures of Trump, because that picture itself is a Politico stock photo. It's not. It's not even
Yeah,
pertinent to any of the Epstein files. It was used in an article.
yeah. It's like
Um,
the first batch that was released, um where they had pictures of Diana Ross and Michael Jackson's kids with Epstein. That was a fucking fundraiser. Like
yeah.
it was from Getty Images, and they took it and threw it in there.
Yeah. Well, Trump and they're hiding this of the guise of ongoing investigations now, which Cash Patel should
Hmm.
be removed from office and put in jail
Oh yeah.
immediately. um, he straight perjured himself to Congress about all of that,
Hmm.
asking how many times Trump was named, and that there were no other people involved, and even with what we
Yeah.
got, Cash Patel committed perjury over and over and over, and has tried to cover up for Trump, and makes it a little clearer now of
Bondi
why Dan
too.
Bongino wanted out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Bondi too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Bondi for sure. Lots of people at the DOJ. should be locked up over this, not just removed from
Oh
office.
yeah.
Removed from office is not enough at this point. Um, they were involved with the and it's not even fair to call it a human trafficking ring anymore or child
Hmm.
trafficking. That's not even enough because there's so much more going on here. Um,
Yeah.
talking about parties where they're like doing sacrificial stuff and bleeding
Yeah.
on each other and uh, the pizza and grape soda thing. I'm just wow.
Yeah. I mean,
But and sorry, folks, if I'm kind of like just rambling around here and jumping back and forth. It's like there's just so much bad stuff here.
hmm
Um, and you say this is like Pizzagate, but real. Let me explain something here. Whenever we have these type of big conspiracy theory groups and things like that, there's often a little bit of truth to what they're putting forward. Not that the conspiracy theory is true, but the details of it are often like there's some truth to those code
hmm
words and things because they were actually being used. And since Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein are what is responsible for starting QAnon.
yeah.
The Pizzagate thing does seem to be true, but it wasn't Hillary Clinton and the Democrats. I mean, don't get me wrong, Democrats were
Yeah.
involved and throw their ass in jail too, all day long.
That's one of the things that I don't, that before this happened, before the files were released, that I do not understand why Republicans are like, well, yeah, but what if your favorite politician is in there? First off, I don't have a favorite politician. Two, if I did and they were in there, throw their ass in jail too.
Yeah,
I
they're no
don't give
longer
a
my
fuck
favorite
who it
anything.
is. Like, I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck who it is. They
yeah,
deserve to be in prison for the rest of their life.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
holy
It,
crap.
it's it's not a coincidence that Trump appointed all of these people that are also in these
Hmm.
files. It's there's no way that's a coincidence. He's not smart.
No.
He's not smart enough
His
to
fucking new Fed
yeah,
chair, the guy that he's appointing as his Fed chair, is in the fucking files.
yeah. He has
And
taken
it's
every
like I said, that.
opportunity, to have people that are either in these files or sexual predators in some other way. Pete Hegseth,
Hmm.
not in the files, but clearly a rapist.
Yeah.
Um, Bobby Kennedy, both in the files and questions about his former wife's death now because of the way that
Hmm.
all went down. She found out about what he was doing with Epstein and all these women and things, and she disappeared, which
Yeah.
they clearly talk about. They talk about those things, and like it's they just openly talk about torturing and murdering people that oppose them. Trump threatens to have these girls murdered.
You know, it's crazy when somebody who is in the file, their wife disappears, and then you start wondering, did they have something to do with it? And it's not some crazy ass conspiracy theory. Like,
Yeah,
but like the thing that I keep going back to is this is the shit that the far right accused our side of doing for years. Every fucking thing they say is fucking projection. Everything.
yeah,
Everything.
yeah.
Including this crazy shit. Because they were doing it.
So, Joe Cool, I will give you this one. I do agree with you that there are Republicans not most Republicans, because they've had every chance to expose this and they voted against it. They didn't want these people held responsible, but I will say there are Republicans that do. It's not. I don't agree that it's most, but there are some. And as far as I'm concerned, uh, any motherfucker, regardless of party, that has helped to cover this up or lie about these victims
Uh-huh.
or suppress the truth on this in any way, uh, needs to be removed from office
Yeah.
in one way or another. Uh, the this I mean, if we have a party that is going to help Donald Trump steal the elections when we have in black and white from long before he was ever president that all these
Mm-hmm.
people are violent pedophiles and human traffickers, and we're gonna, if we're gonna sit by and allow that to happen, yeah, or encourage it to happen if you're the Republican Party, um,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really any hope of it. You might as well just lay it down. Um, the This can't be allowed to be okay. Um,
Yeah.
Everybody knew that Trump was in the Epstein file, and I encourage you, go watch some stuff from people who have covered this. I mentioned Kyle's Secular Talk channel. Midas Touch has done an excellent job covering a lot of this. Um, there's others as well. So the information's there. And this is in black and white. This isn't like, oh, the radical left is just making stuff up. They
Mm-hmm.
posted it. Trump is responsible for this stuff being put on this website. And these are the things they felt like, well, this is okay to to put out, but we're not going to put out all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Thank you, Lil.
You're welcome. Yeah, it was just like,
Yeah.
uh,
If if you have um Bill Clinton visiting this island, uh,
mm-hmm.
going to parties on Epstein Island, lock his ass up. I'm all for it.
Yeah, yeah,
Every single one of them. And this is the problem with billionaires, though, right? Like,
yeah,
this is why billionaires needs to stop being a thing.
yeah,
Um, the it's just wild. The billionaire, like, all when I think back about all the conspiracy theories over the years of the New World Order and the shadow government and all these things, like, you think
mm-hmm.
of these, like, maybe intelligence people or whatever, but you think of these like shadowy figures that are running things and stuff, but really it's just a group of pedophiles
Yeah,
that are fucking idiots, like,
yeah,
doing the bidding of Putin. Apparently, like, no collusion, no collusion. Well,
mm-hmm.
Steve Bannon has been communicating with Epstein the whole time, uh,
Oh yeah.
during Trump's first term, and there's messages going back and forth from Putin. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just wow. Like,
Yeah,
the
I
the
mean, but I mean, and the thing is like it's been a known fact that Vannon's been wrapped up with Epstein for years,
yeah,
and it's just like, I mean, it's just like it. Every fucking person in Trump's circle is in these fucking files. Every fucking one of them.
yeah. And let's be clear about why these things were going on. So, and I wonder if the billionaires themselves, like, I wonder if Trump and Elon and all these other people knew that there was dirt being collected on them during this. Like, I wonder if they knew it, and like that was like the to protect everyone, your hands are dirty too, like, I kind of
Yeah,
wonder if they knew or not. I mean, obviously the intelligence agencies knew, and
yeah,
they were abducting these girls or trafficking them from different places. And then whenever you hear the stories that's out there that Ghislaine Maxwell was like grooming these girls and teaching them how to do things and stuff, it's this honeypot operation. These girls were being
mm-hmm.
trained to
Yeah,
go and seduce billionaires, so that they had dirt on them.
yeah,
And to be clear, there are recordings from what's in those files. There's recordings of Trump with underage girls.
Yeah.
They exist. There's definitely pictures. Well, there's definitely videos, but there's also pictures. It's just this is what
Yeah.
the government's keeping from you, and
Yeah.
they plan to steal the midterm elections to allow these pedophiles to continue to do what they do. And don't
Hmm.
be confused and think that because Jeffrey Epstein's dead, that this ended this cabal. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way.
No
There's
way.
no way. Um,
Somebody picked up this slack. It's
yeah,
just a matter of who.
yeah,
Because the thing is as sick and disgusting as it is, if Jeffrey Epstein was doing this for years, there is quite obviously a market for it. Somebody stepped in. Now it's a matter of who.
yeah, yeah. And they're gonna protect that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Elon Musk. Maybe that's why he was given such free
Uh,
reign to do all the things to the government and all that shit. Like, I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know that, and I have no reason to. I have no evidence to suggest that. I'm just
Yeah. But there's
shit
very
posting.
obviously a market for it among the super rich.
Yeah,
So someone
yeah.
picked up the slack. Somebody
It,
did.
it's it's only and it's only like it's. I'm not sure if it's a thing that billionaires were attracted to, or once you became a billionaire, you were part of the club. Like, I'm not sure which it is because it seems like all of
Yeah.
them are involved.
I mean, to
Uh,
be fair, to be a billionaire, you kind of have to be soulless. I mean, there's no way you become a billionaire without exploiting the ever loving fuck out of people. So
yeah,
you obviously just don't give a shit about humanity if that's the case.
right.
If you're a billionaire.
And Jeffrey Epstein knew about things going on in the White House before Steve Bannon, and he
Mm-hmm.
was there with Trump at the time.
Yeah.
Like, the Madeline chick that was blowing Trump all over the place, and there's
Mm-hmm.
emails from Bannon saying, yeah, she's doing her job or whatever. It's kind of upsetting to see him walking around the White House residence in his underwear all day because
Yeah.
yeah, but like it, it's and this to be clear, this woman denied all of these things, but of course she did. Like,
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it reminds me, and I know this is kind of weird, but the Marvel movie with Scarlett Johansson's character and the Red Door and all that stuff, where they're like training these assassins to be
Mm-hmm.
honeypot actors and then to be spies. Um, I don't know that the spy part of it's there, but definitely the honeypot thing was going on,
Yeah.
and it seems like the billionaires knew that though. Like, they knew that it was going
Yeah.
on.
I mean, one of the only things I can think of is that they were under the impression that they were so rich and powerful themselves that anything that happened, because if you have $1 billion, you can disappear with $1 billion like real fucking easily. So
Well, they
they
openly
probably just
admit
thought
to
they'd never
making
get
other people
caught.
disappear.
Yeah, they probably just thought
Um,
that they'd never get caught, to be honest.
Prince Andrew just brags about torturing girls, and
Yeah.
Epstein and Ghislaine are talking about how he's tortured this girl, and they ended up having to murder her, and um, they're
Uh-huh.
trying to get a passport for her, a clean passport for her, so they can whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. It's fucking
The
bonkers.
Yeah, and
And keep in mind, like I said, there's 3 million other files that have not been released. What the fuck is in those?
yeah, the ties
Because,
to intelligence
yeah.
now makes me think more that we'll never see those things, but we definitely should keep on demanding to. And now, Trump has went on TV after this happened and said, you know this clears him of any wrongdoing. He says, your name's there's not
Bitch, no,
references
it
to
doesn't.
you. Yeah, yeah. First of all, quite the opposite. Like, you are implicated as being someone who was not just part of this, but an administrator, maybe. Like,
Yeah,
you
he was a
were,
big ass player in it too.
yeah. In fact, it may be the case that Donald Trump had more to do with this than Jeffrey Epstein. But Jeffrey Epstein had the ties to the other intelligence places and stuff, so
Yeah.
probably not. Maybe number three after Ghislaine, because
I mean,
Ghislaine
yeah, he
knows a
was
lot.
definitely in deep with this. Like,
Yeah,
and it makes complete sense now why he fought so fucking hard for this stuff not to be made public.
I think it's crazy that Ghislaine hasn't wound up dead yet. Um,
I would be, I would be willing to bet that she's probably not going to be here next year. I
yeah,
can pretty much somebody is going to get wind of this and what all that they did, and yeah.
yeah,
So
and so the whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein and the missing videotape and all the
mhm.
weird things about that, like, what in the world's going on here? Did someone come? Did they let people in to kill him? Did someone sneak him out? Like, what happened?
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not saying they did that, but could have. Whenever you get into
Yeah,
like Mossad and the Benjamin Netanyahu is involved, and um
yeah. Of course, BB is involved. Holy shit! Of course. Like,
yeah, well,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just like every far right insane dictator has ties to this guy. Every single one of them.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes it clear that Todd Blanche's visitation of Ghislaine Maxwell in prison was,
Hmm.
are you gonna talk? Maybe, we'll put you somewhere nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep your mouth shut about this, or are you gonna talk? Because
Yeah.
Mossad wants to know.
Hmm.
Like, it's just it's wild. All of this ended up this way, and uh, Todd Blanche needs to go to prison. Uh,
Yeah.
Pam Bondi, Cash
They all
Patel,
do.
Bobby Kennedy, Trump, they not even just removed from office, they need to be locked up or not part of the human race anymore. That would be for the betterment of the human race.
Yeah.
And I mean, given the things they were involved in, murder and torture and human trafficking, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what their conviction would result in anyway.
Yeah. This is. Yeah. Like this is like the worst stuff that they threw. What? Come here. The worst stuff that they threw at everybody else saying they're doing this and they're doing this. Not only were they doing it, they were doing 10 times worse. Like this is like
Yeah,
straight out of a horror movie kind of thing. What? Sorry, my dog's whining.
no, that's fine. Um, oh yeah, like, I mean, we expected there to be like all of these people implicating Trump and the people that have been mentioned, um, Bobby Kennedy and even maybe Howard Lutnick. We expected to see some not great things. Prince Andrew was obviously going to be there,
Yeah.
but it ended up being so much crazier than all that. And like, what I didn't expect to see was um, Bill Gates looking for antibiotics to sneak in his wife's drink
Yeah.
because he had passed on STDs from Russian prostitutes, young Russian prostitutes, I think was the term that was used.
Yeah.
Um, so
Uh,
is this okay? Is this a systemic problem with billionaires in general? Like, I mean,
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to know for sure, but it's but it looks like that might be the case. That it's just this whole thing with people who have way too much money.
Yeah.
So,
The they talk about in their yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah, Randy. There and that's the other thing, like all the people who are involved in all the insider trading and all the corruption that's going on with all these things.
Yeah.
What is their level of involvement? You know, they're accessories to these things for sure, but you
Um,
know, those other files. Go ahead.
for why is it possible that he's not already in jail? He literally runs the organization that would be the one responsible for arresting him.
Yeah,
Like
and the
he's
slap
sitting
in
at
the
the top of
face.
that.
The slap in the face is these MAGA fucks run around saying that, oh, Trump doesn't even take a salary. Meanwhile, he's suing the federal government for ten
Dude, it's
billion
like,
dollars.
yeah, on top of like all the crypto money and everything else, like
Yeah.
that salary will be peanuts.
Yeah, MAGA's like he doesn't even take a salary. Yeah. Oh well, you know where that $10 billion come from, MAGA. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't want to pay for you didn't want to pay a couple pennies a year. It comes out to like $2, I think, but you didn't want to pay a couple dollars a year to keep people from starving in this country. But you're
Yeah.
okay with paying $10 billion to Donald Trump
Mm-hmm.
because, like every other president, we found out about his taxes, which the Supreme Court had already ordered to be released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's
The
madness.
Republicans, in any Republican that is not willing to look at this and remove these people from office
Mm-hmm.
needs to not be there anymore. Uh,
Yeah.
the and we should be there should be you know, we see 50,000 people in 20 below degree weather in Minnesota
Yeah.
protesting the ice. There should be millions of people in Washington D.C. demanding the removal of these people, running them out of this country.
Yeah.
The people that need deported are the billionaires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more. And the thing about ICE too is ICE is apparently going after Haitian immigrants in Ohio next. Like they're supposed to be going after them this week.
Yeah. Well, all
It's just
right. No, no.
bonkers.
Amber. Oh, wrong button here. Hold on. Hit the wrong thing. Oh, I really screwed things up when I did that. What happened?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I haven't kept up with all of that.
Yeah, the ballroom thing, and he didn't just sue the IRS. Um, he
Mm-hmm.
has also sued the government over arresting him for stealing all these classified documents, which um,
Uh,
sorry.
it's
Um,
fucking bonkers.
what was he doing with it? Like, in light of all these other things, because Jeffrey Epstein's already tied to the CIA and things. I guess with Jeffrey Epstein out of the picture, they
Mm-hmm.
needed some way to get that information, and
Maybe.
so so what do we see happen overseas? Um, Putin starts amassing his troops on the border of Ukraine in both Russia and Belarus towards the end of the Trump administration. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as Biden takes office, they start
Yeah.
progressing that. The docu let me a little more backstory, a little more here. So the weapons and things that end up being part of this are from Iran and North Korea and troops from North Korea, and there's some involvement from China. The
Mm-hmm.
files that Donald Trump took from the White House were concerning Iran, North Korea, China,
Israel.
Israel, and Russia. Like,
Yeah.
these things are too clear. Like, it's too clear to not to be a coincidence, you know. And why did he need those things? Like, why do we need all this national defense information and all this intelligence gathered? In fact, files that outed those
Mm-hmm.
assets in the field. Like, why are these the things that he took? Whenever you start putting all the pieces together, I know Trump's an idiot, and we always say, he's not playing 4D chess and all these other things.
Yeah.
Um, Trump, though, is a puppet for other people in
Yeah.
ways, not completely. He's all the stupid shit with the
There's.
ballrooms and I need an arch why everybody can't afford to eat. Um, all of that stuff is Trump very much.
Yeah.
But there's this other shit going on, and it's like when you start piecing all these together, sure, we don't have a clear picture yet, but it's this isn't a coincidence. There's no way. There's no way this is a coincidence. When it comes to intelligence and things like that, and all of these files being in a place where they're open, and Trump is running around at the same time. Bannon's talking to Epstein about Putin and Mossad, and they're
Mm-hmm.
taking orders from both of these people to do different things and have different people put in places. Like, it's not a
Yeah.
coincidence that all of this happens at the same time.
No, it's not. I mean, like, holy crap. Yeah, like, I mean, I think even though people are starting to kind of unravel the files, and basically they're just now figuring out who's actually in the files and what is everyone saying to everyone else. Like, this kind of stuff is going to be, this is going to drag out for years for us figuring out what exactly went on and who
Yeah.
had, um, who had their fingers in what pots, because it's just like there's so much.
So the Democrats in Congress are supposed to be going to the DOJ to look at these files themselves
Mm-hmm.
and see the things that were redacted, and um, this isn't going to be released to the public, but they have, because of some of the things concerning this law and stuff, they've asked to be able to do that, and they have options if they were denied to a court to force it, but the DOJ has said they would let them do that. Now,
Yeah.
whether they actually do or not, who knows? But if the Democrats go and look at these other files, and they go and they look at what's really going on here, and we just hear crickets
Yeah.
afterwards, this is a
Yeah.
an intelligence thing. Uh, uh, the how they react afterwards, because if the reaction is anything other than remove these people right now,
Mm-hmm.
then there's a huge problem.
Yeah.
And uh, I mean,
I mean, like, it looks like, yeah, it's going to be a massive undertaking to remove all of the people, because you're going to leave a lot of, like, empty spots. But, like, holy crap, dude. Like, you can't have people who are implicated in doing this kind of shit running your government. Like, you
yeah,
just, no.
yeah, and we have, like, the fact that so many people, like, the people that are mentioned the most throughout these files are appointed to these important positions by Trump,
Mm-hmm.
and in his closest inner circle of cabinet members and things. There's no chance that those two things are just just happened. Like, oh, it's just a coincidence. All these people that played ball with Epstein are also now here and the most powerful people in the world. Not just because of
Mm-hmm.
their money, but have the ability to change the layout of the globe itself, which Seems to kind of be what they're doing. Um,
Mhm.
that our federal government is not only a terrorist organization now, um, it's also a human trafficking and pedophilia ring. Like
Mhm.
it's just just mind blown that and I know they're still going through the files and there's still more to learn and all that,
Yeah.
but just from what's been uncovered in those files so far, and the fact that they tried to hide it and got caught trying to
Yeah.
hide it,
I
I mean,
mean,
we got to have some action on this.
I mean, it took a fucking act of Congress to get this shit out.
Yeah,
Like, and the thing is, I guarantee you, keep an eye on shit for the next 2 or 3 weeks because shit is going to get fucking crazy. Because the more this gets into the news cycle, the more he's going to try to get it out.
yeah,
And I would not be surprised if he goes after Greenland. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes after Mexico. I wouldn't be surprised if he just completely turns Ohio upside down. I wouldn't be surprised if he nuked someone, to be honest. I really wouldn't at this point.
even a hurricane. Um, yeah, the distraction machine will be going
Mm.
wide open, and that's why, because all of this was getting ready to hit. That's why all of this other shit's been going on.
I mean, it's not
Um,
just that, it's also him trying to get the Republicans to take over 15 state elections. There's like six different things they're trying to hide, but they're trying to hide it with everything else, too. This is that whole fire hose thing where, you just throw everything you possibly can out there, nobody can cover it all. Nobody can
right.
keep up with it all.
Right. Everything's a distraction. It's not just that
Hmm.
these things are the distraction. They're part of the
Yeah.
plan too. They're just they all
Yeah.
distract from each other at the same time. It's that's the whole flooding the zone thing that Steve Bannon, who was probably closer to Epstein than anybody in the
Yeah.
last part of his life, they had this whole big plan to rehab Jeffrey Epstein's character and all this stuff, and then give him a more important role in government, even
Hmm.
which it already kind of seems like he was calling the shots. It was all about blackmail anyway. He had power over these
Yeah.
people, which again, if you think that this ended because Jeffrey Epstein died, it certainly didn't.
No.
These programs have been state funded, and there's a whole big psyop part to this where like it is what created MAGA. MAGA, which I go online and I talk to people and I'm like, you you MAGA folks, by still supporting Trump when you know all of these things, you're supporting pedophiles and covering up for pedophiles. But it's worse than that. Your whole the roots of your whole movement is pedophilia, and all that shit about Democrats and adrenochrome and all
Hmm.
that bullshit, crazy stuff was
Yeah.
all projection.
Yeah.
Because it's
All
actually
projection.
it was the this has CIA misinformation campaign written all over it. It's the same thing they did with like the alien stuff, like
Hmm.
and just to be clear, I don't think that aliens have visited Earth in the way that people claim. I'm
Hmm.
saying that there was misinformation campaigns to make some of these people look crazy because
Yeah.
they were borderline exposing um, classified technology that we were developing out in the desert. Like that was the
Hmm.
problem, not the aliens. But there was a misinformation campaign where um, resources purposely went out to discredit these people by feeding them false information that they would then pass on, and then the
Hmm.
government could come and say, "Look how crazy these people are." Um,
Yeah. I mean, this shit. Yeah.
how many times are we going to say QAnon was right about of
Yeah.
which
They
they
were
were?
right, just not right about the people who were
Yeah,
involved.
yeah, they were right that these things were going on. It's
And the
just
thing
the people they
is
supported were the ones doing it.
if these files never came out, it was kind of genius because it made the people who were gullible enough to buy this shit be like, yeah, it's the Democrats, and nobody in their camp even pointed a finger at the Republicans, especially Trump. And now you find out that Trump was basically one of the ringleaders of it all.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
And we've mentioned the torture and
Mm-hmm.
the rape, the murder, the trafficking, cannibalism. We forgot that one. That's part of
Yeah.
this. Uh,
Huh? Yeah, I was just
yeah,
like, oh my god. I was like, how much fucking worse can this get? Like, at this point, there is nothing in those files that's going to surprise me at this point. After hearing that, it's like, none of this shit surprised me anymore. None of it. Like, it's every horror conspiracy was right. It was just about this group of people, not this one.
that lady Lil keeps using bad words. What are you talking about, John? Tasty long
Fuckity
pork.
fuck fuck fuck.
Oh, that. Yeah, that's not a bad word here. It's so. So whenever I say that, first of all, we have a lot of other stuff to cover because there is other stuff going on that's important to cover. Um, and a lot of it's
Payday.
related to this now because of the information that's came out. But um, I just want to urge everybody to keep an eye on what's going on with this because, um, yeah, would it surprise anyone if Biden is in the files? I mean, yeah, because Biden's so old, he probably ejaculates dust. But but here's the thing, Joe, and this is what a lot of right wingers are doing is like, well, Bill Clinton, well, uh, Larry Summers, throw those motherfuckers in jail, give them the death penalty. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck. Like,
yeah,
if Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, Barack Obama are all in these files, every one of them motherfuckers can go to prison forever. I do not care. But I want the same for Donald Trump and Howard Lutnick and Elon Musk, Prince
mm-hmm.
Andrew,
Yeah,
and lots of the Ratner guy that produced Melania's film, the guy that he's trying to appoint to the Fed. Um,
yeah. All of them.
yeah,
Fucking
I want.
all of them.
Yeah. Oh, I can tell you some stories about Clinton's past and some interesting things that crossed paths with
Mm-hmm.
like people who knew about that, like in my life. Um,
Yeah.
not I have no experience with any of that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I know people that said that there was a wild time down there in Arkansas. But the uh I don't care. I don't care who it is.
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with any party for me. This is not a political thing. Um, it just had
Yeah.
the only thing that makes this a political thing is because the right wing elected a pedophile to run this country and allowed him to appoint all of his pedophile friends to cabinet positions.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes it political.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, we're not even being political about because we're saying if you're fucking in the files doing something horrific, yes, you should be arrested, put on trial, and thrown in prison for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care. I just to make this point to somebody that I know here, I'm like, I don't give a fuck if it was Bernie fucking Sanders.
Yeah.
Throw his ass in prison if he was in there. If he
Doesn't
was in
matter.
there, throw him in there.
Yeah.
No. Like,
If my mom was involved, put her ass in prison.
yeah,
Like, like it doesn't matter. I
all of
feel
them.
equally about all of these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm definitely a fan of seeing the evidence first. That's why we should demand nothing less than the full release
Mm-hmm.
of all these files. And but we already have these people admitting to things that they've lied about,
Mm-hmm.
and we already have that. We already
Yeah.
have multiple victims talking about all of this stuff taking place at Mar-a-Lago, and how
Yeah.
the spa staff was actually working for Jeffrey Epstein too, and like it's um, they were girls were definitely being trafficked through Mar-a-Lago, no matter how you
Yeah.
look at it. Um, so yeah, I would like to see the rest of it though. It's not I'm a fan of seeing the evidence first. I would like to see the rest of the evidence. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but in the meantime, there is more than enough to remove these motherfuckers from office.
Oh yeah.
Uh, um, and that's not enough. That's not enough in any way. These the victims. Remember, there's victims here, right? That
Uh-huh.
were put through all this stuff of threatening to have their families killed, of their friends being murdered, because some of these girls were murdered, and they talk about it openly in these files.
Yeah.
Um, these victims deserve justice if there is any of that left in the United States.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta send a text message real quick.
No, no, I'm just taking a breath and thinking. Hey, so we're gonna go a little bit longer, folks. If anybody wants to join, you can. Um, I'm not gonna post the link unless somebody says they want to, because I prepared all that last time for the whole game with the Trump quotes, and
And
nobody.
nobody showed up.
I was gonna give somebody an Amazon gift card. You missed out.
Hmm.
So I wonder if this video just gets demonetized or if they take it down completely afterwards.
Kyle was still up, so I would assume that it's because the thing is if they start pulling down Epstein videos, it's going to cause an even bigger backlash. I think so. Oh,
you know, you sent me, and I'll pull it up real quick
okay. I
and
was like, wait a
read it.
second, I didn't say something in the chat, and then I realized it was okay.
So Donald Trump, right, earlier today, posts, and I guess this is Truth Social, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the highest poll numbers I have ever received. Obviously, people like a strong and powerful country with the best economy ever.
Oh, there's Ember. Yay.
All right, hold on a
Oh
second,
wait,
Amber. Let me.
hang on. What do I do?
Hey,
You're fine.
Okay. Oop. There we go.
oh, I think
Yeah.
again.
Woohoo! Oh my, yeah, no, that what Trump on True Social put out, it's like, dude, do you have any idea that you literally have the lowest approval rating of any president ever since we've been tracking this shit? And he's so like, I have the best numbers. Like what?
Well,
So,
remember, they just spent $75 million on a movie that brought in optimistically 8 million. For a Trump, those are good numbers.
He bankrupted 6 fucking casinos. One of my favorite stand up guys tells this joke. I love it. He's like, you know how you make money as a casino? You take somebody walks in, they hand you their money, and they turn around and walk back out. How do you fucking go bankrupt with a casino?
all right, be
How
quiet
do
for a minute,
you
Will.
go bankrupt with a casino? Like that implies some pretty
Yeah.
hefty corruption when you think about it. Like, we know for ages and ages casinos were used for money laundering for the mob and drug runners and all
Mm-hmm.
sorts of things. And if you launder the money a little too heavily, you have more going out than coming in, you go bankrupt. We also know Trump made a practice of running up huge debts in other businesses and then transferring the debt to one business and then just imploding that whole business so he can pretend the overall
Mm-hmm.
organization is financially healthy. He did a Ponzi scheme with his own shareholders for many, many decades.
Oh yeah.
Probably he never actually stopped because he was never held accountable for it.
Yeah.
Maybe some casinos fell victim to that. Or maybe he's just as able at running a casino as he's demonstrated he is with running a government. And shooting your patrons in the face will certainly run your casino out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Hold on. I've got yeah, let me find it.
It's
So
hiding. 3 million files takes a minute to go through.
yeah. While you're doing
Okay,
that, okay,
here's
go ahead.
just a few of the things that he's had fail, go bankrupt, or were scams. Trump Network, Trump University, Trump Tampa, Trump Soho, Trump Golf Aberdeen, um, Vera Cooking, Trump Golf Puerto Rico, Trump Chicago, Trump Panama, Trump Air, Trump Shuttle, Trump Vodka, Trump Steaks.
The stakes. What a mistake.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's like a gigantic list of
Don't forget the Children's Cancer Charity.
yeah.
Now, technically, that didn't go bankrupt. That was just a scam the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
stole the money.
Like Trump University, it was just they were just ripping people off.
To the point that him nor his children are allowed to like have charities in that I think it's Florida. It's either Florida
New
or New
York.
York. But okay, New York. He's not allowed to run a charity because they stole so much fucking money from it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Like holy shit.
Well, so I think that what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to look at all of these other things that came before through a bit of a different lens now. And I think that there's going to be a lot of implications of those things that are going to come out because of this. The Trump's children taking billions of dollars from Middle East regimes and stuff looks a little different in light of this, right? Like
Love the
the
glasses.
stuff in Israel of displacing all of the Palestinians and then wanting to make Trump Gaza or whatever the hell. Like
Oh,
that
sure.
looks a
He's
little
building
different.
a fucking golf course resort thing. Like,
On
There
the bones
is
of people.
yeah.
Like
There was a picture that was tweeted out the other day that it was it Rafah in Gaza? It was a town Gaza that had been there for like 3,000-4,000 years, completely fucking leveled, like completely leveled.
yeah.
And it's just like the good thing about the I mean, obviously, no, we know everything, so the files coming out were a good thing, but like, dude, this is gonna keep conspiracy theorists busy for decades trying
I
to
mean,
unravel all the shit and what all happens to be connected, because this is like figuring out that like the biggest conspiracy theories are actually true on this thing.
yeah.
Like this one's upset of like, oh, there's a global cabal of billionaires that's running everything. Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
yeah, you don't need a conspiracy theory for that, though. They're just out
Yeah.
in the open running everything. Like,
Yeah, they just talked about it openly in their emails.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein was just picking up the phone and calling Putin and calling Netanyahu in China, like,
Yeah.
and
I was
the
just like, what the fuck when I saw that? Holy shit. Like when Kyle pointed that out, I was like, yeah, huh?
Jeffrey Epstein had more access to Putin than Trump, and we know for a while Steve Bannon was playing an in between with the two, but I mean, I wonder how jealous Trump was of that, because you know how he feels about Putin.
I need to be the most special. Daddy Putin loves
Yeah,
me best. Do you think Putin is his substitute for his real father, who never loved him and gave him a hug? He did give him a small loan of $1 million, but never gave him a hug.
I mean, I imagine, like, given what I've seen from Trump, I imagine there's things going on there.
Well, also
Um,
there's the whole thing. Remember how he got all swoony about who was it? Arnold Palmer? What a man! What a
yeah.
gigantic
Oh my
wang!
god. Thank you. I had put that, so I put that completely out of my mind after I heard it the
You're
first time.
welcome.
Yeah.
I popped
Arnold
back up
Palmer's
when I was
dog.
getting the links, and I remember that I was like, "Oh, that would be a good one." And I had forgotten about it again, and now thank you, it's right at the forefront of my mind again.
This is what I do.
It's
Yeah.
like this is the whole thing about living in the Trump era. There are things you have to selectively forget about because it will give you nightmares. Like
Yes,
Arnold Palmer. Yeah, you have to learn to selectively forget about things. Ugh,
I
this
used
is
to be
the
so good
worst.
at blocking out memories, but
This is
people
the
keep
worst
coming out of the
time.
woodwork to make me remember shit, so I'm gonna make you all remember shit too. Haha. It's my
Fair
revenge.
I
enough.
try to bring
Fair
up
enough.
Arnold Palmer's hog once every couple months anyway. Um, just in conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Um,
if we get enough new members, maybe an emoji. Uh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That so
Emoji.
I didn't realize that once you unlocked emojis that you had to surpass that to unlock more. So
Oh
even
yeah.
though we added 40 members the other day, we were still 5 short from adding
Oh
another
no!
emoji. But I
If
had
you
one
want a
that
number
YouTube
sub,
removed. They removed one of my emojis because it was a bong. And
Oh.
even though that's, no longer a dangerous drug and legal in a lot of states, I guess it was
not here.
bad. Um,
It's not
and in fact,
advertised
it was
correctly.
actually a hookah, which is a different thing. But um,
Mm.
anyway, so that's how I did the lil emoji. But yeah, if there's 5 people that aren't already members, they're only 99 cents.
Have you it's a new month. Have you done the YouTube gift membership thing?
I can't do that. I do not have any option to do that anywhere.
Huh.
Huh.
Yeah, I
Strange.
can't gift memberships. I don't know if it's because the Kentucky Atheist YouTube channel is a brand under my account. It's not the main.
Oh, the damn brand account bullshit.
Yeah, so I think that's why I can't do that. But
Possibly. I don't know much
um,
about brand accounts, but they put weird limits on you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's some weird stuff about it. They did a while back though, like a couple months ago. They gave me $200 just for making a members intro video and one members only stream.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah,
I don't
YouTube
get
gave
cash
me that.
bonuses. I can give away
Yeah,
free memberships, but I don't get cash bonuses.
yeah. Well, that's the only time anything like that's ever been mentioned. But
Yeah. They did
that
offer to send me a pizza once, though. It was
oh
it
well,
was like yeah, it was like an anniversary of like the creator work group thing where they send you surveys periodically to see what stuff they could do to help creators. Not that they ever follow our advice, like the freaking names in chat, for instance. But yeah, they sent a thing saying, "Hey, you work really hard. Have a pizza on us." And it was a coupon for a medium Domino's pizza or some shit. And I'm like, I had to order 2 more to use it, but it would have been a free I'm like,
Huh.
yeah.
what a deal.
Yeah, that's like one of those things where they call and they're like, "Hey, if you give us $500, you're going to win 2,000." And it's like, that's I don't really like that. Like, what a shady way to do business.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of random stuff and YouTube stuff, if you ever see me on stream and I'm kind of slightly looking down, I'm probably knitting. Because I've got like really bad ADHD, and knitting, even though I don't really have to think about it, kind of helps me
Oh,
focus
you're in
on
the wrong place,
stuff.
honey.
I've noticed that this is one thing that I love about this community is like yes, it's a atheist skeptic community, but like it's super inclusive, and almost everybody has some form of like half of us are all like neurodivergent easily, and even that's the case on my secular talk server. Like I swear, half the server is neurodivergent in some way.
Watch this. Watch this. You want to see something crazy? If listen, chat. If you're left-handed, put a 1 in chat right now. Watch this.
We're doing surveys.
Yeah. Nobody's left-handed apparently.
I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I
nobody.
am.
Justin and I may be making the same answer, but in a different direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Make a liar out of me. Go ahead.
I told. Oh, Dade. By the way, while I got you here, I told Kyle about you coming into the stream. I guess it was what, last Wednesday, and saying like, "Oh, have you guys seen Kyle Galinsky?" And they didn't know that I work for Kyle. Kyle thought it was absolutely hilarious, and he told me to tell you what's up.
Oh. Well, that's
Shout
cool.
out from Kyle. By
Yeah.
indirect shout out, but still, yeah, that was really, really funny.
Well, I think Kyle mentioned our this channel in
Yeah.
one of his streams, didn't
He
he? Yeah.
does on he has on Colin Corn, which is a podcast that he does on Monday. He apparently thinks I'm a mod there, but Corn has not made me a mod since it's on Corn's channel. But it's
The
like I'll catch it if I'm on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows who
Well,
you are now. I let him know. He's like, oh, that guy, yeah. I was a regular guy. He is like the most like normal guy ever. So it's yeah, I get it. I kind of I did not actually meet him in person until I was in DC for his wedding. So I've been working for him for 11, 12 years. When I finally met him in person.
Dade's all like, let me wipe away the drool here.
yeah.
That's
No,
fair. He's a pretty dude.
and I will say that a lot of what we talked about today came from receipts that Kyle showed on a stream that he did today, or yeah, that was today, right?
No, it was yesterday in confession time. I need to go back and rewatch it because I was only half paying attention to it because I was trying to mod the chat.
Yeah.
There were, I think at our high point, there were like 20,000 people watching, and I am modding that chat by myself.
You really need more minions, dear.
I know. I'm trying to get them. Trying to.
Just have him make you like managing mod. I don't know if YouTube still does it because they keep changing all the things, but it used to be a top level mod could make standard mods on their own.
Yeah. I keep meaning to tell him that he needs to do that, and of course I would only put people that I trust to mod in that spot, but
Yeah, unless it becomes absolutely necessary, there will be no more managing moderators on this channel. That's done and over with.
Mods that can mod other mods.
Yeah.
That gets complicated.
Yeah. Not for now. Maybe later. There might become a time when it's appropriate, but not necessary.
In 12 years, when you have 20,000 people in the fucking chat.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, we didn't really start. We actually didn't really start modding it until sometime last year because Kyle's always been he's always been
free speech,
at least in principle, a free speech absolutist, but like he understands that there needs to be some moderation in spaces, and finally he's like, you know what, fucking go crazy because these people are out of hand and they're being just ridiculous and gross, so have at it. So now I'll put a handful of warnings throughout the chat saying no spams, no trolls, no bots. If someone's spamming, depending on what they're spamming, I'll either just time them out or I'll ban them. Trolls get banned on site and bots get banned on site. But that's literally all I have time to do. I can't sit there and parse every little thing everybody says.
Have you considered creating a bot to deal with the trolls. Like
I have no idea how to
stick
do
a
that.
bot to deal with the other bots.
I have no idea how to do that.
I don't either, but there's probably something
I would if I knew how to do it, but I have no idea.
if
Yeah.
you develop one, you could probably sell it to all the other big stream. Like I'm sure Vaush would get one. Probably D'Angelo.
Mm,
A bunch of people would be like, yes, please.
yeah. I mean, usually it's pretty. It used to be so much worse, even though it looks like it's a madhouse, which it still is. But it used to be so much worse than that. So it's not that
There'd be
bad
some
anymore.
people that never could though. Like if you tried Asmongold, for example, without bots, he has 12 people in his chat. So
Yeah,
Yeah, he said some pretty terrible things here recently.
dude. Oh my god. So Kyle started a beef with him. So we got a ton of people in our server that were like, "Oh, Kyle's a pussy," blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Bitch, you walked to the wrong server for this."
oh bye.
And it's like, yeah, like I mean, it was done and over in like 2 hours, just because like I banned so many of the bots that it was just like,
It's
yeah,
all bots. Like if you ever get these people into a real world group, it's like with the turfs. There's actually like 8 of them, you know?
mm, yeah.
Yeah, I have one bot, and it does my bidding. So
I have no bots. I do have bots on my server, but I'm not the one necessarily in control of those. One of our other admins handles the bots.
so my whole goal with the way that I run the bot on my channel is that the sure there's going to be things come up, and there's always mods out there that like to grab links and put up for things we
Mm,
talk about and stuff, and that's awesome, much appreciated. But like for the core idea of whatever the show is or who the guest is or
mhm.
whatever, I try to make it to where as little of that kind of stuff has to be done as possible so that they can keep an eye on people
Yeah.
misbehaving. I don't I'm happy and more than grateful whenever they do those things, but posting links and to stuff and like that. But that's why I leave everybody's uh, bot commands active so they can use them after the fact. So I don't have to make
Mm,
everybody moderators every time they want to post a link. Um, so I just give everybody their own thing, and here you can use it anytime you want. Go ahead, and
mhm.
I don't care for people plugging their channel in my chat or whatever. Um, as long as you ain't telling people to go watch the fucking Proverbs, guys. What the fuck? Um, I'm just
Dang
kidding.
nabbit, Robin.
Um,
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it's just this like this shit is so fucking crazy. There is so, and I get this is all like by design, but there is so much crazy shit going on. So much of it.
Air hose of bullshit.
Yeah, so much.
yeah.
Like what? Oh my god. Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand how the people who are running this shit can keep up with everything.
Well, they don't. That's
No.
no.
Yeah. I mean, you know that there's somebody somewhere who's like, okay, we're going to put this out and this out and this out. That way, like, somebody has to be at least coordinating this. So it's like, it's because you notice
No.
when shit slows down, um, or like when things are relatively quote unquote, I don't want to even say normal, but when things are kind of quiet with the Trump White House and they're not necessarily doing anything, yeah, you might get a couple days where there's nothing huge. And then fucking everything hits again on the same fucking day. There's somebody coordinating this somewhere.
When that
Well,
happens, it's more coincidence than anything. And we know that there's
Yeah.
no head of the snake, so to speak, because something will happen, and then Christy Nome will come out and give one
Yeah.
line, and then press secretary, whatever the fuck her name is, will come and give another lie, and then Pam Bondi will give a completely different lie, and then Trump will come on national television and just shit his pants and
Literally.
just
Yeah.
outright say, "Yeah, I stole the money. What are you gonna do about it?" Like, and reveal that all three of them were lying.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think that there is. So I would say, like, the Heritage Foundation put out the bullet point 900 pages for what they wanted to to happen, and I would say that JD Vance is a product of that. But the as far and this is the thing, Trump is he's cognitively impaired.
To put it nicely, I mean,
Yeah,
in fairness, he was cognitively impaired in the '80s. Now he's shit his pants on television
yeah,
level.
yeah. Now he's Von Shits a lot. The it's so there are those places that are like trying to coordinate things, but Trump's fucking all that up too, because again, like, even with this file release, their will to do evil outdone by their incompetence once again.
Mm-hmm.
They the victim stuff was all left unredacted. They made it clear they were redacting and protecting these billionaires more than the victims, and they released all kinds of stuff that incriminated everybody in Trump's inner circle, even though they hid the half of the files. Like, they still ended up doing what they tried not to do because
Yeah.
they are incompetent. Don't think that they purposely released all that stuff, because they tried to grab it back. They yeah.
And I mean, the thing is like especially after the first, I mean, the very first drop of files, I think there were like a handful, like over the summer or something like that. People figured out that when they release it, especially when they start releasing with this law and stuff, they realize that when they release it, you download it like immediately.
That's been true since January 20th. Like, we knew as the asshole was being sworn in, there were groups of us that were just downloading the National Archives, the National Institutes of Health, and everything else we could get our hands on, because we knew in hours they were going to start doing mass deletes.
And they did.
Like, as soon as information becomes available, you back it the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. We're doing a special stream.
Yeah.
Because we're special.
Of
Yeah.
course, we're special.
Yeah, we got to stop talking about her. I mean, do
Can
we?
you tell my mind's working?
Ah,
Ember should not be allowed on the air when she's taking her meds.
skippers.
Speaking of
Skippers.
meds, how about Bill Gates?
with the Russians.
Yeah. So he was
Yeah.
he was he wanted to covertly give his wife antibiotics to try and hide
Now I
his
can't.
STD.
Yeah.
How does he know he gave her something and she doesn't know? You know?
It very well could have been precaution. And I don't recall where I heard this. And I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not. So take this with a grain of salt. But apparently it's come out that because Bill Gates was wrapped up in all this, when it started coming out, that is the reason why him and his wife got a divorce. Because you think of how many billions of dollars he owns. He basically gave her everything she asked for, and it was done and over in 2 months. Who the fuck gets a divorce that fast? Especially
Well,
when you have billions.
if it's uncontested, you can do it in
Yeah,
a
it
single
was like,
day in some states.
yeah. Which,
Yeah.
when that happened, people were like, oh, holy shit, it's gotta be bad. Because it happened right after that first, like, I think it was like the flight logs or something like that. But as soon as people knew Bill Gates had anything to do with Epstein, like, they got a divorce immediately. And yeah, like, it wasn't contested at all. He gave her everything she asked for.
Yeah, it
So,
seems like a lot of people were in on a lot of stuff along the way. I mean, we knew that there was involvement to some extent, like people had been on the plane or whatever, and obviously that doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like a lot of people had more information on this than the general public for a while. And my understanding is that she openly says that, like, uh, Jeffrey Epstein is disgusting and a horrible human being, and that she left Bill Gates for the affairs and stuff that he was having during that time. So, I mean, I don't think it's a very big stretch to tie those things together. Um, and obviously, if you're giving your wife, um,
Mm-hmm.
unbeknownst STDs, that you're trying to sneak antibiotics into her food, um, maybe it's time for a divorce. Uh,
For
Just a
real, if
little.
you're trying
it's
to,
a
I,
it's a
I
red
don't
flag.
care if it's medicine that will actually make them healthier. If you're trying to dose people without their knowledge, fuck you,
Yeah,
go to prison.
yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, but I think the important thing you see with the Bill Gates thing is you see Jeffrey Epstein using his ability to blackmail people. If I was you and I had all this stuff, I knew that I had all this dirt on you. I don't think I would do it that way.
Yeah.
And um, that's very much what this is all about, right? Like, it sure, there's all those other things, but at the end of the day, it was get dirt on all these people so you can control them. And
Yeah.
um, again, somebody replaced Jeffrey Epstein here. They didn't just stop all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
I mean, there's very obviously a market for it, and there's very obviously still a fuck ton of people out there with way too much goddamn money.
yeah,
Like,
well, I mean, we seen Trump selling intelligence to that Australian billionaire guy.
mm-hmm.
Um, and what was the weird thing Peter Thiel wanted? There was some weird shit with him. He wanted, or
That
was he the one
is
he was the one that was talking about bestiality, right?
that dude is so goddamn crazy. Oh
Yeah,
my god. Like,
It all these fuckers make Bezos look almost normal, right?
yeah,
Like still unethical as hell. But the fucker just wants a giant chin and spaceships that look like penises, you know?
yeah,
yeah,
Like that's almost normal by compare. Granted, there's probably shit we don't know about him either, but holy fuck.
yeah,
yeah. I'm concerned with Bezos putting the $75 million into this Melania bullshit that's obviously just like a bribe, but the the person, the director, the Ratner guy, um, who is all over the Epstein files, and I mean in pictures. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's a new. So knowing that Epstein was collecting potential blackmail, like some of the stuff he was clearly never intending to use but wanted to have in case he needed it, but also kind of used that to like cement connections to get people bent to his will, kind of thing. The Bill Gates ones, for example, they
mhm,
seem to be grumpy in that Epstein was mad that Gates wasn't being a good connection. He's it's
yeah,
fucking
so,
weird.
and then Bill Gates, he made him pay the ultimate price and kicked him off Xbox Live. Uh,
But like some of this stuff, it's odd, and I
yeah,
wonder,
yeah,
like, as skeptics, should we be considering how much of it might be fake, because it is just text emails, a lot of it,
yeah.
you know.
And I mean, we know for a fact that they've thrown bullshit images in there before, and they've thrown bullshit that wasn't real in there before too.
I mean,
But
because of what the Department of Justice, the way that they've handled this,
uh-huh,
and that all that money that they spent having people go over these files and all that stuff. I mean, I think the credibility of or the not even the credibility, the integrity of this as a whole has to be brought into question. But what is it? I mean, what all, this happened before. This goes back to before Trump was candidate Trump, and
Mhm.
and so those things going back to there would be no point to say that those things are fake. Um, I think you would have to give a reason why they were faking that.
Well,
Now,
what
as
I'm
we get
getting at
where Trump,
is that
what,
a lot of them are definitely real, right?
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
Yeah,
external confirmation.
yeah.
My suspicion is some of them may be fake to make specific people look just as creepy as the guilty people. Some of
Well,
them may be fake specifically to get debunked later to cast doubt on the credibility of the entire collection.
well,
yeah,
that's how those misinformation campaigns work, right? And
Mhm.
there's, I don't doubt that there's some bit of that here because there are intelligence communities involved.
yeah.
There are ties to the CIA and the KGB and Mossad all within this. So
Let's make Israel do it. What could
yeah,
possibly go wrong?
right. So there is going to be some amount of that, and there is going to be an attempt to discredit everything that was said about anybody that
Yeah.
Trump wants to save. But it does kind of seem like they threw Howard Lutnick under the bus. It does kind of seem like they went and hid Trump in all this stuff and made sure that they left things in about Howard Lutnick. Um, but again, that might just be their incompetence showing again. So the I think with this particular group of people, if it's the administration that tries to um, misinform people to discredit these documents, I think we'll find that out because their incompetence always wins the day
Yeah.
eventually. But I also think that as to like the redacted people and things that are in this, we'll never know those names. That we'll never get a complete list. All of these names and stuff. That it's again, it's not a coincidence that 99% of these are people that we knew were going to be in there anyway.
Yeah.
Um, it's
I mean,
not a coincidence that those are the only people's names that are there.
there there is really no one there's really no one in the files so far that I was like, oh my god, they're in here? Like every single person, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Bill
So,
Gates was a little bit of a surprise.
well, no, but he's been tied to Epstein for for a few years at this point. So,
What the content was about Bill Gates, I think, was surprising, but people knew that Bill Gates
well,
was in there
yeah,
already.
yeah, the contents, because obviously it got way darker than most people thought. Um, but the people who were named were just kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. So they'd be in
I
here.
think
If you were just to have a list of these names are mentioned, you'd be like, yeah,
I think
Anything
the Elon Musk stuff was intentional by the administration to discredit him, so that whenever he says anything about Trump, it's like, well, hey, you're in the Epstein files, and um, yeah, so that was something that I don't think people expected as far as the level of involvement that Elon Musk had with Epstein. But at the
it
same time,
it's kind of known the dude's a creep though.
yeah,
Like so, uh, like see, I would have to see some sort of evidence that that was planted, but it makes perfect sense because Elon, pretty much his entire fucking career, has always been trying to get in there with the rich people and the billionaires and stuff, and everybody
notice
thinks he's
me
fucking
senpai.
weird as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, people think he's weird as hell. Everybody has always said that.
well, ketamine will do that.
It's not just the ketamine. He's
No.
always been this way. Remember when he first started out and people were like, ooh, rockets, cool. Ooh, electric cars, cool. Ooh, personal flamethrower, hold up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think that it's crazy that everybody thinks that because Elon Musk talks about the rockets and the Hyperloop and the cars and all this stuff.
Mm,
Um, he didn't invent any of those things at all. Not
no.
responsible for the invention of those things. Like, not even his company is responsible for inventing them. They
Yeah.
were invented, and then he bought the companies and the rights to the stuff that was already invented.
Well,
He's a
none of these
venture
things are
capitalist.
even
He's not a
inventions per se. You know, we've had rockets since World War II. We've had electric
bullshit.
cars since the 1800s, you know?
Those were fake though, because the moon landings. Yeah, yeah.
True.
Um, but I think that Elon Musk definitely made some smart choices. Like, whenever they started to allow the privatizing of space travel, I guess, or
Hmm.
whatever you want to, however you want to put that. The I think that I think that he got into something good there. I mean, like, he obviously made some good business choices, but I don't know how much of that was Elon Musk. And once you're worth billions of dollars, it's fairly easy to get people more competent than yourself to that know things about things
Yeah.
to help you. And it's not. They want to look at Elon Musk like he's like the modern day uh, the Apple guy. What's his name? Steve
Who-
Jobs.
Yeah.
Now, Steve Jobs, though, did invent or was part of inventing some things, right?
Hmm.
And then once those things take off, Steve Jobs isn't really the hands-on guy inventing these things. It's people that work for him that are
Yeah.
doing big things. He may be, running the company and pushing people to do certain things or whatever, and he may have the ideas for things, which is a big deal. But Elon Musk doesn't even have any of that. Like, it's he's just a guy with money. Um,
Yeah. Correction, an asshole with money.
yeah, a pedophile with money.
Like
um,
that's so fucking rich that he's in here with that because if you remember in 2018 when the soccer team got stuck in the cave and they were trying to rescue him,
yeah,
um, Musk is like, "Oh, well, here I've got this submarine we can use, blah blah blah, that we special built for this," and all the divers are like, "That's not because there was one." They're like, "That's not going to work," because there's one part of the cave where you had to go straight up, go across 3 feet, and then go straight down.
yeah,
Like it was a challenge to get in and out of there. Um, and they all somewhat like civilly said, "Yeah, that's not going to work." The guy who said first off like that's not going to work because there's one spot in the cave, he goes on there and starts calling him a fucking pedophile, like with no evidence whatsoever, and it's just like, holy shit, you're
yeah,
slandering. So like, if you, I've always held the opinion that if you are going to call somebody a pedophile, you damn well better be sure about it because that is literally the worst thing you could ever be accused of. Like, it's just, you need to be sure that, you're accusing someone of being a pedophile who is actually a pedophile. And the fact that he would just go and, like, this guy got his life halfway destroyed because of that. And, I mean, obviously, and no, there wasn't anything going on with that because there were multiple governments who were working with him and they did background checks and said, yeah, this is bullshit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, he just ruined some guy's life because the guy said that, hey, your sub's not gonna work. Like,
Right.
royal fucking asshole.
Well, I mean, the projection thing.
Yeah, the projection.
Yeah, it's
Always.
and this whole time of calling Democrats groomers and just all that. awful shit that they did to create more and more division among the American people. I mean, I would hope that even though people are so divided, that we can agree that pedophiles need to be in prison, um, regardless of their political affiliation. Um,
Yeah.
and um, I don't know if I feel like if our government, our representatives in Congress are either directly complicit or willing to stand by and just,
Hmm.
you know, shrug their shoulders and let this go, then they're
Yeah.
complicit. And I mean, you're reinforcing that this behavior is acceptable. That
Yeah.
there is a multi-tier uh, society where some people can do whatever they want to whoever they want, no matter how horrible the
Hmm.
details. Um,
And that's a weird thing, right? Like we see a shockingly low number of Democrats in the files. We'd expect to see a lot more of them. But the fact that the Democrats are just like hands off, we don't need to hold anybody accountable. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Let me get my pearls. We need the pearl. Oh heavens to Betsy. We can't go after the billionaires. The fuck are we
yeah,
doing?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There should be immediate action. I mean, at least, and I'm not saying, well, some of these people should be immediately removed, but there should be immediate action to find out what the hell's going on here,
Hmm.
and whether that takes, you know, some votes in Congress or removing people or, you know, kicking the shit out of someone or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Like, um, they need to figure out what they need to do to act on this because, um, at this point, like, if you're not willing to do anything about what we've already seen, then the rest of the files don't matter anyway because you're not going to do anything about that either.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. We'll see.
Gippers.
We'll see what they do. Um, all right. Well, let's wrap this thing
Yeah.
up. Uh, Everybody out there in chat, thanks for coming and watching. I didn't put the link up for the poll, did I? Well,
Oh well.
Those damn links.
we won't talk about the poll. We'll talk about the poll Thursday. There's still plenty
Yep.
of time for that. And you can find out about it on my Facebook or Discord or whatever if you really want to do it before then. But come watch us Thursday at 1 p.m. for Politicality. We're still doing that show. You can vote in the poll then. And thanks for coming and watching on such short notice. Uh,
Yeah.
you
Thank
guys
you
got
guys.
anything you want to say, you can say it. And that's really all I got.
People of surprise streams. Happy Black History Month. Remember to feature a Black creator that you care about because it's important. Representation matters. And support the other creators you care about. Wherever you're watching,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, tell people about your favorite creators. Watching is fantastic, but spreading the word is better. Life is good, but it could be better. All right, I need to
Yeah.
shut up now. I'm gonna be increasingly silly.
Lil, anything
Yeah.
from you?
No, just we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Yeah, I will say this. Lil posted that video, the link earlier to
Oh,
the Kyle Kalinske video on Secular Talk, where he shows the receipts for the things we talked about today.
it's not.
It's about an hour long, but I really encourage everybody to go watch that.
Yeah,
It's lots and lots of information there,
a
and
lot.
that's just what they've dug through of these 3.5 million
And he
documents.
shows the receipts.
Yeah, yeah, it's not nothing that I said today. Well, a few things that I said today exist without receipts, but nothing that he says during that video does he talk about without showing the receipts of it.
Yeah.
He does later talk about, this implies this and that and whatever, but
Hmm.
as far as the factual things, they're supported with actual
Yep.
black and white documents. Uh, all right. So, bye.
Bye.
Toodles.